Hello there, minions of technology. Welcome to Myst, right here on Legacy Studio in the VR basement. Today, we're going to be playing the last little bit that we can possibly play. We went and we saved Daddy. Now it's time to go and see what happens if we release one of the brothers or one of the other brothers and see what kind of end result we have. This promises to be a very interesting episode, my friends. Let's go ahead and get into this here. So we're looking for the last save game, January 6th, right here. Here we go. All right, so we're at this moment of truth here, okay? If we walk over here, we can see that we were able to... let me go in here and see if we have this right or not. Hang on just a second. If I remember correctly, it was all of these, all of these, all of these, this one, this one, this one, this one, and bada boom. All right, so we've already done all this, where we went and we saved Dad. If we wake this up, he might show up here. Let's see.
Who the devil are you? Don't come here, Donnie, not yet. Oh, I have many questions.
Okay.
For you, my friend.
So we already took care of this in the last episode where we finished things up. Now here's the thing. Someone in our comments, now I haven't been reading all of your comments, but this is an important point. Let me turn towards you here so you can see what I'm saying. I haven't been reading a lot of your comments, but one did catch me off guard where he said, save before you make a decision. Completely caught me off guard until I made the mistake in my last episode. Go and see it if you haven't seen it yet. Today, what we're going to do is instead of helping Daddy here, we're going to grab the blue page and the red page, and we are going to set one of the brothers free. And we're going to see what kind of end result we get here. Let me out. Thank you. All right. So, my friends, this is the... Whoa, come on, let me out. Let me out. It's... Oh, here we go. All right, so we officially have a couple pages put over here. There we go. So, without further ado, let's just go ahead and give the brothers a couple pages here. Let's feed the brothers here. And we're going to see what happens. Well, okay. It's not letting me feed him. That's interesting. Let's go see if this one will do. There we go. There. Oh, really? There we go. You want to say anything to me?
You finally returned. I owe you a debt of gratitude, for you have nearly released me.
Okay, now, I have a hard time watching him, okay? Now, I gotta admit, I have a hard time watching him because he seems very devious. Very, very devious indeed. Now, this guy over here is the complete opposite. Watch.
Hello, I'm Akenar. I'm glad to see that you have returned to help me escape from my wrongful imprisonment.
Okay. You guys get what I'm saying already? You see the sniveling attitude of this one, or the snobby attitude of that one. Daddy was amazing, but the issue that I have here is who to release. Now we can see some information in a couple pages in a couple of the different videos that we've created already, where it seems that Akenar here, I think this is Akenar, left a note for his brother that his brother was being far too rich and schemy and so on and so forth. Okay, so the theory is release a sniveling brother. But then if we go over here, this guy says roughly the same thing about his brother in another note from somewhere else, so explaining some other sort of situation. So the question is, who do we release? So let's go ahead and release Blue Brother in this episode. But before we do that, before we make the decision and make this mistake again, I'm going to save the game. Just because we've already seen the end result of this. So saving the game, we're going to overwrite the game so we do not lose out on this opportunity in our next round, once we see what happens here, to come back and release the other brother, if that's what happens. So we're going to release Akenar. Here we go. Okay, I did not press anything or touch anything. We're inside the book now.
Oh, yes. you alive. How do you feel, my friend? Oh, and what have we here? Perhaps the pages you worked so hard for. Oops. Yes. Perhaps you're seeing the world from my point of view.
I hate this guy.
Yes.
I will come after you. Oh, you are evil.
Ooh.
I will come
Serious?
after you.
Serious?
All right, we're losing him. He's going to rip that last page, and we're going to be stuck in here.
Maybe someone will rescue you someday. Oh no.
What a terrible human being. What a terrible human being.
Yes.
All right, he's gone. So here's where we are. Does this mean that our game ends
You
here?
lose.
There we go. Is that the final bit? Here's the last page. We barely see, and now we enter into this realm. Now what happens? Is this it? Is this my mortal death? Is this where as far as I can go? Wow, imagine sitting in this room forever. Okay, something just happened. Okay, so apparently now we're going to appear back. Oh, here we go. Look at this. The end screen. This is interesting. Okay, now here's something really quick to mention. By the way, congratulations to all the amazing people who did all the great work on this game. This game is absolutely phenomenal. In saying that, we absolutely did release Dad and did not find end credits. We just released one of the brothers, and here's the end result. Let's go release the other brother now and see what happens. So the other thing I'm saying, if I made myself clear, is when we released Daddy, we did not find end credits. Did we truly get to the end of the game when we released Dad? That's the question I have now. So here we are back here. Let's go ahead and see what happens over here. I have a feeling the same situation is going to happen. Let's see about how nice this brother is about it. Here we go. All right, here we go. Now we're going to deal with the same situation, I assume. Yeah, this looks promising. Let's see what the other brother looks like here.
Yes. Yes. I'm free. Oh, thank you, my friend. My dear friend. You've done the right thing. You stupid fool.
Didn't I say it? I didn't.
It looks like perhaps you're in the book now. And what have we here? A page.
Oh, this seems rather familiar, doesn't it?
Oh no.
Don't say the same thing your brother said.
I hope you enjoy your new home as much as I enjoyed it. I can't see you. You're getting less clear.
Man.
I hope you're into books.
Okay, the really bad jokes, seriously, that does not help. Doesn't help. I mean, come on, I did nothing to
I
you.
read as much the same as I left it. Wagner. Oh.
Yep, here we go.
Goodbye.
Goodbye to you, doofus. Okay, so he's ripping off the last page, and here we are yet again. So that is the second ending of this, obviously. Now I say it again. Once again, I just said obviously. By the way, there is a T-shirt in the store with obviously merch in the link in the description below. If you want to go and get some merch from us, we do have obviously shirts. So once again, we come back to this, which is great. This is wonderful. But now I am curious, because if we go ahead and load this again, all right, it's painfully obvious that could go either way. All right, we did all this before. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to very quickly do this thing again, and we're going to go give brother the page to Daddy, and we're going to take another look in here again. Part of me thinks that I missed something. Let's see if we're right about that. Missed something. Missed. That's funny. So we hit all these bad boys here. Now, this could be different for you. This is just the one that's programmed into my game to be correct, because I do have randomization for puzzles turned on. But let's see here. Boop. All right. Here we go. Let's go in here and see him, because we've already talked with him in the previous episodes. If you haven't seen it, if you're getting jumping ahead, you really need to go see those previous episodes, because we're at the end of the game. Watch this. We're going to walk over here and have a chat with him over here now.
Ah, my friend, you've returned. And the page. Did you bring the page?
I brought the page. Yes, here. There you go. I wish this was a surface I could lean on, you know.
I have a difficult choice to make.
Yes, go destroy your brother's sons. They both locked me up. I feel that they deserve to be just, like, thrashed. Okay? Thrashed. Absolutely thrashed, if you don't mind.
My sons have betrayed me.
I like drawing. Can I borrow that?
I know what I must do.
Yes, you do. Go ahead. Take care of it.
I shall return.
I understand. You go right ahead. I'll be waiting here looking at your beautiful Palace of Destiny or whatever. Tell you what, if you have a lot of time to spend here, could use a little bit more decoration. Just my opinion. And there's these dark hall entryways that go nowhere. Whatever this is supposed to be, you know. So we literally just wait here until he shows up again. And he will show up again. I made a humongous boo-boo an episode ago, which you really should go to watch, because it was so sad and hilarious. I had to redo like a level and a half to come back. Ah, here he is. Okay, let's go see what he says. Listen carefully to this.
It is done. I have many questions for you, my friend, but my writing cannot wait. I fear that my long delay may have already had a catastrophic impact on the world in which my wife, Catherine, is now being held hostage.
Someone's being held hostage.
Oh, and a reward.
This part.
I'm sorry, but all I have to offer you is the library on the island of Myst and the books that are contained there. Feel free to explore at your leisure. I hope you find your exploration satisfying. You'll no longer have my sons to deal with.
All right.
Oh, and one more thing. I'm fighting a foe much greater than my sons could ever imagine. At some point in the future, I may find it necessary to request your assistance. Until that point, I'm afraid you'll enjoy the explorations from my library on Myst. Thank you.
So, this is where he goes quiet.
The book. You can use the Myst linking book to return to Myst.
Thank you much. So, this is where we can now go back into Myst, which we will do now. Goodbye, sir. I'm not sure why he would want to stay here to keep writing when he could go and write in Myst. But here's the thing. When we get back to Myst, I've continued to say that this is his library here, right? Did I miss something? Like, has it opened to another part? I need to check this out. I've called this age Channelwood, and it's a very different world. Although it's exactly how I imagined it, it is still amazing to see it with my own eyes. Water covers this age as far as I can see, except for a small rocky island. Elsewhere, there are only trees which grow directly out of the water. A myriad of thin wooden passages are built above the water and disappear into the forest. I assume they were built some time ago, for they appear aged, and I am eager to discover more about this land and its people, but I have arrived here late, and I must rest. I was awakened this morning by a strange noises coming from a pathway adjacent to the one in which I had slept. I saw a group of monkey-like people heading my direction. They had not seen me yet. I did not feel threatened by their presence. Their response to me was one that I would have never expected. After staring at me for a short time, they fell to their knees and began what appeared to be some sort of ceremonial worship. I tried to speak to them, but they did not understand my language. Instead, they indicated through enthusiastic hand motions that I was to follow them. As we walked, I began to notice that the waters below us were changing colors. Slowly, subtly, they would change from deep blue to muddy orange, then from muddy orange to beautiful clear. I was so intrigued by the water, I hardly noticed that we had arrived at a ladder. Climbing the ladder led us to their village, which is about 10 meters above the water and can only be reached by rope ladders that stretch from the lower paths to the village level approximately halfway up the grand trees. It's very interesting watching these people carry out their daily tasks. Even after watching them for hours, I did not understand exactly what they were doing. So, the question I have, there's an awful lot of reading here, which I'm willing to do, but probably not on camera. Oh. It turned blue. Did you guys see this? It turned blue here. That's a black page. That's obviously different lettering. It's different color. Look at this. I have lived on this world for 3 months, off and on. The tree dwellers have shown great hospitality. I am even beginning to learn bits of their language. I have decided to return home for an extended stay with my loving wife and my sons, and hopefully return with them. However, I am sure Catherine will once again refuse. I think this age would be a wonderful experience for them all. At least I look forward to show Cirrus and Achnar, and will react to its curious inhabitants. I am leaving tomorrow. All right, this blue is interesting. I'm leaving tomorrow to check on Osmoian age. Sirius has suggested that I allow him and his brother to stay. Though the idea unsettles me, I know the boys are growing up rapidly. The hospitality of these creatures is such that I think I could think of no better place to leave them alone for a short while, so I will consent to their request. I've warned the boys not to take advantage of the respect of the tree dwellers and not to take advantage of the respect the tree dwellers have for their ideas. They seem to understand my warning, and I have faith that they will follow it. Much to my dismay, upon arriving in Everdunes, I learned that Pran and her people are continuing to be menaced by the Kochtai? I fear that their survival and plan on returning to her shortly after checking on Cirrus and Achnar here. See Everdune's journal for more information. After watching Cirrus and Achnar, I see they're handling things very well, and I think I can put to rest my fears about leaving them in Channelwood again. Whoa, it even turned red. I've been gone for over 3 days and have been to many different places. I had to tell Cirrus and Achnar about Pran's death today, and they were visibly shaken. Though they only remembered her from their childhood, Catherine has suggested that it would be wise for Cirrus and Achnar to leave Channelwood for a while and have to agree they will be returning with me when I leave again. Interesting that the colors start changing in this. This looks green. We'll be returning. Finally, understand why the tree dwellers have been giving me their many inks and insisting I write with them. Looking through some of my past entries, I see how that now that the inks have changed from the black. I thought they were various different colors. I have shown some of the creatures my journal, and they laughed and howled. I didn't know that I had such a sense of humor. Even now, as I look through this very colorful journal, I cannot help but laugh myself. We'll be returning tomorrow, so my sons are with the creatures the last night here. They have told me they would like to come to Channelwood again, and also asked if they can visit some other ages alone. Though I will have to think over their request, I believe they have proven to me that they are trustworthy and responsible. Catherine will also have to help me decide whether they are ready for travel alone. For now, I must give my farewells to the creatures, for I do not know how long it will be until I visit this age again. Future bridge. Hard to explain. Okay, that's the windmill and the house. And I guess this is the different, maybe the windmill over here and the different paths. Okay, so maybe the colors in the book doesn't really matter. Let me check this one here. Okay, now this story I remember in detail because I read a couple pages of it. Oh, come on now. There we go. So I'm just going to see if there's anything interesting here. I do not... The boys are quite strong and have been helping me immensely. I estimate construction will be done within 2 days. Okay. Alright, stone ship. Give to myself that I will wrap up and open someday in the future, only to discover that it has changed so much. But indeed, it is a surprise. Besides, I have yet another new age that awaits me. It seems I'm going to need some way to travel underwater of this new age, and much planning is in order. It's been 10 years since I left this age, which I have since called the Stone Ship Age. Upon returning, I cannot believe the changes that have taken place. The original 3 boys have grown into adults, and there are many new faces that I do not recognize. 3 boys. There's an extra child. Maybe the one that he mentioned that we might be facing in the future. They're very content. And then, of course, perfect condition. It looks like they have tried their very best to keep it so. Yet I have noted that the entire rock it was built on has sunk approximately 40 or 50 inches. After a wonderful visit with my old friends, I wonder aloud with them what things will be like here in another 10 years. Oops, I'm sorry. Did not mean to damage the book. This one here, I have a feeling... Begin today in the... Okay, bridge. Okay. Amazingly strong. Could never have imagined to come together. Okay. I doubt. Could possibly work with 14. Completely fatigued. I'm leaving today in order to bring back Cirrus and Achenar. I have left them alone in Channelwood. I believe they will enjoy all there is to see there. The age seems to have stabilized. I believe the meteor set off a period of volcanic activity by piercing into the shallow crust, but the tremors have become few. I have just noticed that a large amount of this journal has curiously vanished from the very pages on which I wrote over the last 18 months. Fortunately, I have copied many of my construction notes in another journal. I do not understand the many mysteries of this world, but I trust I will discover logical answers to my questions. I have a feeling that many of my questions can be answered in another age, to which I hope to travel soon. But for now, I must simply accept this world's mysteries and take pride in my accomplishments. So another book, which I'm assuming is probably not this one. Oh, okay, let's see here. I was determined that I would journey to... Okay, I've read this one quite a bit as well. Let me zoom through here. Interesting, that's marked off there. I've met remaining survivors today and begin to work on their protection. The old man first tells me that the enemy is due in 4 months. I feel that we will be ready when the time comes. The man reminds me of Emmett in many ways, and I often wonder how Emmett and his people are doing. It has been 6 months of work, and we have finally finished the fortress. It rests between the 3 hills, which are now only islands due to a rising water level that the people experience after the attack. Inside the fortress, I have designed the most intriguing device. It makes use of a technology called holography. Excuse me. I began experimenting with my visits to Aspermere. I will be working in a couple of days after I compensate for some small miscalculations. This holographic device will enable the survivors to learn to use the fortress. Oh, this is the simulator. The simulator. The enemy is due to come soon. I trust the fortress will provide sufficient protection for all of us. Yep, and that's the rotating fortress there that we solved in the last one. The black ships have come. Their attack was substantial. Their weapons have been stopped, and it appears they have turned away in defeat. I could not help but smile as I watched the boats leave. Insignia of black ship. Last night we had a small celebration, and the old survivors danced their dances of old. My sons did not understand why the sky had not turned back to its original blue. The old man told them that the storms would never end until the enemy was destroyed. I assured my sons that a blue sky was not worth the risk of death, and they seemed to hear me. I have had a healthy adventure and have begun to work on a new book once again. I must leave a familiar age in search of a new universe. I have begun. But first, I must have an extended time with Catherine, whom I miss very much. I must also return to the people of the tide. I believe that in my travels, I have found a substance that will ease the pain of their bone ailments that they have long endured. I hope to return to mechanical age one day to find the population growing and my fortress still strong. Though the sky may always be black, which it isn't black in this world. Though the sky may always be black, I am confident the people here feel a heavier darkness has been lifted from their shoulders. Okay, so that's the mechanical age. I kind of want to go back there and see if it's still that way. And then here's the book, which just seems to have nothing but codes in it, which we did see. All right, so technically I've read through a lot more of those books than I did before. You can see the brothers have been destroyed as of now. I've done a little bit of research here trying to see if I can figure out if there is a secondary library that I'm unaware of. I have not been able to find one. So, this is where I'm clueless. Is there an actual end to this or not? And I am not going to deal with what we're about to see in here for the sake of, I mean, this is the worst thing ever, okay? It's not worth messing with this. I will end the game here and leave here. I think I am going to have to do a little bit of research real quick to see if there is an actual end, or if all of these maps just remain open so that other people can try them now that they're unlocked. I can see that maybe you'd want your friends to try it out, and maybe that's why there is no official end to this. If there is an end, I unfortunately don't know what, but I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that. I ain't doing it. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. If you want to see me try and solve that again, that's gonna take 10 members on my channel. Right now we have 5 members on my channel. That's gonna take 10 paying members on my channel to do that. Because all of you have called me out on not understanding how the ding works in this, or whatever that's supposed to lead you to the end. I have an idea of it, but I'm not even going to try it. I could care less about it. And just to prove that, I'm going to go right into here and make my escape. Let's just do this. I'm going to go ahead and do a little research on the side here. We'll come back, finish this video off if there is anything left to do. If there is not, well then I will just say my goodbyes in just a moment here. We will have a better answer for you in just a moment. All right, let's see what we find out. Okay, so I was right for the most part. There is no alternate ending. This is it. I do hope that you've enjoyed this game. I truly have as well. That was truly awesome. If you did enjoy the whole series, hit that like button, subscribe, leave a comment. That was so much fun. And I think that we have a lot of information to take into the next one, which is going to be Myst Riven. Now, apparently they are making a VR version at some point in time through some alternate means, but when it comes down to it, we are going to play Myst Riven, the original video game, and I'm going to make a playthrough of that. If you want to see it, then make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, leave a comment. That would mean a lot to me, and thank you so very much. Hey, if you have joined our membership, I deeply appreciate it. The membership join button is there for you, where you can get early access to all of our videos as soon as we release them, instead of when we release them within our schedule. And then, of course, we are brought to you just recently by Audible. So if you enjoy everything that you're seeing here, then make sure that you go down into the link below, click on that Audible link. You get a 30-day free trial and 2 free audiobooks for you to enjoy. And I strongly suggest you check out Laugh Tactics, a book that I've been suggesting all through any of the last videos that I've been making where we've been sponsored by them. It's a really great book. If you want to make people laugh, you need to learn the science behind it. There's actually a science, and that'll help you out. Myst VR is phenomenal. Phenomenal. And if you think I spoiled anything for you, well, I do have some good news for you. Many of the puzzles are randomized. We played the randomized version, which means if you tried utilizing any of the items that I did, you may find they won't work, which means you're going to have to play this for yourself to try and unlock all those for yourself. Obviously, you understand a bit more of the science behind it that you wouldn't have known if you had played by yourself, but I truly hope that you've enjoyed this wonderful game playthrough of Myst. and I'm very excited to see what we create next. God bless you guys. First Tim 412. Keep it crispy. We'll see you next time right here on Legacy Studio, right here in the VR basement. Bye.